Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clint Zoka. Welcome to another My Thoughts on. Today, I'll be talking about Booksmart. This is the directorial debut film of Olivia Wilde, and I've seen her in Her by Spike Jones. I think I might have seen her in something else, but at this point, I do not remember. So, what is Booksmart about? Right, it's about these two girls, Amy and Molly, two best friends. They have good grades and they're about to go and graduate. The day after this party. Now, this party is where all of their classmates are going to. So, in order to maybe make more friends or maybe get a relationship going, they both decide to go. Excuse me, before the day of their graduation. I didn't really know what to expect from this film. It just looks like your average American comedy type of film. But since this is directed by an actress who I've only seen her in maybe one or two films, and I think she's good. As a director, whew, she definitely knows how to. She definitely knows how to direct a comedy. This is a really, really well done movie here. The plot's nothing special. The execution of it is, excuse me, nothing special either. But it's thanks to the performances, the comedy, the relatability, and the sequence of events. This movie is not boring at all. This movie is very interesting. It has a lot of great themes to it about growing up, friendship. There's also like LGD. Okay, hopefully I can say this right. LGTBQ element in it, since one of the main characters is in fact a lesbian. Did that bother me? No, actually, it was interesting because I can see a lot of high school students relating to this movie and maybe relating to the sequence of events. Yes, these two characters are funny. They do get into an argument at one point. That's not a spoiler, that does happen. I mean, of course it would happen. and their journey to get to this one party is both hilarious and maybe relatable if it wasn't very silly. It is, but it's funny in a way. Excuse. The comedy may be straightforward at times, but there are some clever moments that's very well executed. It's also very well directed too. This is a great directed movie by Wilde. I don't know if this is based on anything from her experience, but I can tell that she does have what it takes to be a prominent director, like, well, for comedies like, like Edgar Wright, like what he did for Baby Driver, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, World's End, Scott Pilgrim. And yes, I will be doing the Cornetto trilogy at some point, so stick around for that. Anyways, I can see her doing good comedy like this. Sure, this is not as brilliant as the Edgar Wright movies, but at least her direction and at least the comedy does keep this movie from being flat. I could see people getting bored by it. Sorry about that. But I wasn't bored. I was enjoying myself. It was very funny and it kept me entertained. And that's just what I need for a film about, well, about our generation. Visuals. Yeah, this is not one of the best looking films, since it is pretty average looking. I mean, yeah, it's well shot, well choreographed, especially when it comes to the party scenes. It looks pretty cool and colourful. But at the same time, it's certainly one of the better looking comedies I've seen. Not not including Edgar Wright's films, since their visual comedy works. This comedy is standard, but it also works to its advantage and also in the world of this movie. It is constantly funny with every quip and grip that it has. There's one scene where the two main characters are arguing, and it's all taken in one shot. One shot. I love the scenes that go on for only one shot. If it's like just cuts, then that's all right. But in one shot, that's pretty impressive. It's also a very colourful movie too, and it's also beautiful. So I wasn't bored by the look of this movie. I know I've seen a lot of comedies. I've seen a lot of comedies, sorry, that have one of the most bland looking visuals out there. Instant Family's visuals looks decent. The Little movie's visuals look so boring. Long Shot didn't look too bad. Here, it looks great. Sure, there's nothing special about it, but at least it looks impressive, and at least it's a very nice looking film. Characters and acting. Our two main leads, Amy and Ollie, are great. They have great chemistry together. They are both very likable, relatable, and you can easily love them as favorite characters. I don't really have a favorite here. I like the two main characters as they are. They are very, very funny and very likable, and they're very sweet too. Sure, some of the things that they do is fucked up, and they do look at something raw in the principal's cab. That's also quite funny too. One of them, I think it's Amy. She's the one who's all cool, and I don't know, she has a secret crush on this other girl, which means that the character is a lesbian, and then I think he has a crush. She also has a crush on a guy too. Then Molly, who's the big, overweight one, who's more optimistic, and I think Amy's more a pessimistic, but I beg to differ. I like Molly a lot. I think she's quite cute and funny, and I think she's great in the movie. Her comedic timing is great. Amy's also really good too. She also has a lot of meaning, and you can tell these two are really, really good friends. And then there are a lot of supporting characters here. The ones I should mention is the principal, who's played by Jason Sudeikis, who is also really funny in the movie. And then there's Ryan, who Amy has a crush on, who does have a few funny moments. Then there's this guy who, I don't remember his name, forgive me. There's this guy who takes these two to a party, which turns out to be his party. And his name is Jared. That's it, Jared. He can be a little bit weird at times, but he is slightly funny, I suppose. Then there's Hope in the movie, who's in it for about a few minutes, and it does involve the character of Amy, and it does take a slight turn for either the worse, and also for a scene that involves these two that could make you sick, probably. Right, who else? I'm trying to think. There's those two gay guys who organised the party. I forgot their names. One of them is wearing glasses. One of them is black, and he reminds me of the one character from Bad Education. You know the Jack Whitehall British comedy. I forgot his name, but Then there's the parents of Amy, played by Lisa. Is it Lisa? I believe so, isn't it? I believe it's Lisa. She's from Friends. Lisa Kudrow and Will Forte as Amy's parents. They're quite funny in the movie, despite not being in there for long. The rest of the supporting characters are great. There's this one running gag where this one woman who was at Jared's party always keeps following them, and it's Triple A, played by Molly Gordon, sorry, wrong one. It's Gigi, played by Billy Lord. She follows these two girls around, and it is quite funny every time, even though her purpose in the movie is very questionable. And besides that, I really like all these characters. I think they're very funny, meaningful, and I enjoy them a lot. The performances, and coming from these actors, is absolutely great. For our two main leads, we have Caitlin Dever as Amy. She is so gorgeous and so funny and so well acted. I think I can see her doing well in future projects. We have Beanie Fieldstein, who was in Lady Bird with Saoirse Ronan. She's also really good too, and I believe she's the sister of Jonah Hill. You can correct me on that, but I believe so. Oh no, she's really good in the movie. She's also got good personality and quirks and comedy. These two together are fucking brilliant. They're a great team. They've got great chemistry. I think they're two very, very lovely and very great actresses in this case. There's another character in the movie that I forgot to talk about, which is the teacher, Miss Fine, played by Jessica Williams, who's also quite cool and well acted. Jason Sudeikis is funny as always, and heck, even as the principal, he's got some funny lines. Right, who else we got? Just trying to think right now. Skylar Igizondo as Jared is quite funny. Diana Silvers as Hope is quite funny too. In fact, everyone in the movie is funny and entertaining. The characters were, yeah, some of them might be dicks, some of them might be weak. Most of them act like who we are. But thanks to some wonderful performances, they feel like real people, like you and me. Side note, the soundtrack for the movie is not bad. It's fitting. It's not one of the best soundtracks, even though I think Baby Driver is one of the better films that has great soundtrack. But it is fitting, and it is fitting for today's generation, so yeah. Never thought I'd say this, but Booksmart's one of the better films of the year. And yes, it's better than Endgame. Fight me. Booksmart is a clever, funny, relatable, and super enjoyable coming-of-age movie with a simple plot with relatability to it. Nicely done comedy. It has genuine emotion. It's a very, very well shot movie with good cinematography. The two main characters are likable, relatable, and they have good friendship. The supporting characters are a lot of fun and hilarious, and the acting is great. So if you like art house films or coming-of-age movies, or if you're just going into high school and, you know, if you like live in America or somewhere, I think you'll probably like this film. I think this is a film that everyone should go and see. Well, when I say everyone, I don't mean like kids. This is like 15, and good God, this movie's messed up too. I'll warn you that. This is a really messed up movie. I'll give it 10 out of 10. That's right, you heard me. Yes, it has flaws, but it doesn't take away from the quality and how fun this movie is. How to Train Your Dragon, I think... How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World is at number 1. Booksmart's at number 2, which means the two films I just mentioned are the only films so far to have 10 out of 10. I know. Don't fight me, it's my opinion, and yes, they are better than Endgame, so... Well, Endgame's not like Citizen Kane or anything. I mean, I like it and all, but, you know. Next, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I know Toy Story 4 it's almost here, which is crazy. I'll be doing that in about a few weeks. I'll be doing the 3 Toy Story movies. I don't know what I'll do before then, so you'll just have to watch some... I don't know. I'll probably put out some content before then. I did upload a reel for this movie, but it got blocked. Thanks, YouTube. But besides that, thank you guys for watching. If you've seen the movie, let me know below. Do you want to see it? Do you think it looks good, bad, decent, or what? Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Until next time, bye for now.